It seemed like just another quiet night at the gym. The music was playing, the lights dimmed, and everything felt normal. Or at least, it appeared that way from the outside. But behind one closed door, something unspeakable was taking place. When the police arrived, they discovered a scene no one could have anticipated. A well-known businessman, his son, and his daughter, all lying lifeless. A family destroyed in a single night. The security cameras were tampered with. The people nearby claimed they hadn't seen or heard anything. And somewhere in the middle of it all was a shocking betrayal no one had expected. What truly happened inside that gym, and who was responsible? It started with the kind of horror that leaves a permanent scar on an entire community. A respected businessman and his 2 young children were found brutally murdered inside their family-owned gym in Hidalgo, Mexico. The prime suspect, a woman many believed was closest to him, his wife, Berenice. But just when justice seemed within reach, the case took an unexpected and chilling turn. The arrest that shocked the nation. Less than 48 hours after her dramatic arrest, the case unraveled. A judge ruled that the detention of Baron Alanis had not followed proper legal protocol. According to the court, the arrest was unlawful due to procedural errors made by the prosecution. As a result, Baron Alanis was released. Her sudden freedom sent shockwaves through the public and devastated the grieving Casada family. 3 innocent lives had been extinguished in cold blood, and the woman who many believed held the answers, possibly even the guilt, walked away untouched. A chilling move. Then came something even more disturbing. Just hours after her release, Baron Alanis attempted to lease the very gym where the triple homicide had taken place. The building was still an active crime scene under forensic investigation, and yet she showed no hesitation in trying to take control of it. Soon after, neighbors in Hidalgo watched in disbelief as 17 tow trucks arrived to remove Jacobo Casada's collection of luxury cars and motorcycles. The fleet, valued at nearly 20 million pesos or close to 1 million USD, vanished under the direction of Berenice. And then she vanished too. The woman disappears. As authorities doubled down on their investigation, disturbing new details emerged about Berenice's behavior following the murders. The Mexican media dubbed her with a haunting nickname, La Viuda Negra, the Black Widow. Despite the earlier legal blunders, prosecutors revived the case. New witnesses were interviewed, forensic evidence was reviewed, and then, less than a week after the murders, a former assistant of Jacobo Casada came forward. She claimed to have damning information about Berenice's abusive behavior toward both Jacobo and his children, but she never got the chance to testify. The attempted interference. Before she could speak to authorities, 2 men intercepted her inside the public ministry building. They claimed to be lawyers sent by Berenice. The woman, confused and afraid, denied knowing them. Witnesses reported that the men tried to physically remove her from the premises, possibly to silence her. Thankfully, investigative officers witnessed the altercation and intervened. The 2 men, Luis Alberto Morales Sens, 38, and Arturo Corona Pulido, 41, were arrested on the spot. Shocking revelations followed. Corona Pulido was allegedly Berenice's romantic partner, and he bore an uncanny resemblance to the composite sketch of the gunman seen entering the gym on the night of the murders, living the high life while on the run. Over the next several months, sightings of Baron Alanis trickled in from cities across Mexico. Witnesses reported seeing her shopping in luxury malls and dining in upscale restaurants, unapologetically living a lavish lifestyle. The Casada family was convinced a broader conspiracy was at play. They believed that the same prosecutor who enabled her release had tipped her off about the new arrest warrant. Formal complaints were filed. The family demanded his removal. Then came her boldest move yet, the fight for the fortune. Through her lawyers, Baron Alanis launched a legal battle to claim Jacobo Casada's estate. Despite being removed from his will before his death, she argued that as his legal spouse, she was entitled to inherit everything he had built. The estate was worth an estimated 400 million pesos, roughly 20 million USD. The Casada family was outraged. Blog posts and online statements revealed their growing frustration. Some even claimed that Baron Alanis had fled the country entirely, possibly to Las Vegas, Nevada, with her new partner, whom they suspected had helped her move the stolen vehicles and orchestrate her escape. Authorities launched a separate investigation into the sale of Jacobo's car collection, questioning how Baron Alanis had pulled it off without any legal documentation or ownership rights. The entire situation appeared to point to a premeditated plot. not just to eliminate Akobo and his children, but to steal their fortune in the aftermath. A nation demands justice. In 2020, the Quesada family escalated their fight. They filed a formal criminal complaint against Baron Alanis and offered a public reward of 200,000 pesos, about $10,000, for information leading to her arrest. Finally, on December 20, 2020, the Attorney General's office in Mexico City issued a formal warrant for her arrest. The charge? Aggravated homicide. Interpol followed with a global alert in case she had indeed fled Mexico. By early 2021, the tide began to turn. The original prosecutor, blamed by the Quesada family for procedural failures, was removed from his position. Internal investigations revealed that he had mishandled evidence, delayed returning the victims' bodies, and even solicited illegal payments to expedite administrative processes. Still, another year passed. No arrest, no justice. The capture. Then, on July 20, 2022, 3 years after the murders, Baron Alanis was finally found. Thanks to an anonymous tip, she was arrested while casually walking near an upscale resort hotel in Acapulco. Media coverage exploded. She was flown back to Mexico City and presented to the Attorney General. On July 26, her first hearing was held. No friends, no family. Even her lawyer failed to appear. The prosecution formally charged her with premeditated homicide by firearm, and the judge ordered pre-trial detention, granting a 3-month window for supplementary investigation. But familiar tactics soon emerged: delays, appeals, and repeated changes to her legal defense, seemingly to stall the process. The woman who refused to stay silent. Behind the scenes, one woman refused to back down: Patricia Arellano, Akobo's ex-wife and mother of the 2 murdered children. Despite her overwhelming grief and ongoing fears for her safety, Patricia remained the case's most persistent advocate. Then, on October 24, 2023, a pivotal hearing took place. This time, Baron Alanis was not alone. She appeared in court flanked by feminist activists and advocacy groups who claimed she was the victim of a public smear campaign. They called the Black Widow label dehumanizing and demanded her immediate release. During the hearing, some evidence against her was dismissed by the judge. Conflicting reports emerged. Some claimed she was freed. Others said she remained in custody. The truth lay somewhere in between. Though some charges were weakened, the judge ordered her to remain incarcerated pending further proceedings. After the hearing, Patricia gave a rare public statement. Her face hidden from cameras, she described the agony of confronting the woman who, in her words, was a living reminder of everything she had lost. Where justice stands today. If convicted, Baron Alanis faces up to 50 years in prison. But as of May 2025, no final verdict has been reached. In March 2024, a well-known journalist reported that Baroness's legal team had once again failed to secure her release. A Mexico City judge ruled she must stay behind bars until her next court date. 6 years have passed since the murders. Mexico continues to wait. The question still lingers in the air: who actually pulled the trigger? Was this a cold-blooded crime of passion, or a methodically planned scheme to eliminate every hair and seize a $20 million inheritance? The story of Baron Alanis is still unfolding. But for the families left behind, and for a nation captivated by betrayal, greed, and murder, the fight for justice is far from over. Thanks for watching our channel, where we uncover the most shocking and untold crime stories. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Together, we seek truth and justice in every story. See you next time.